Bible in a Year, Day 122, readings from the Holy Bible, Second Book of Samuel, chapter 4, First Book of Chronicles, chapters 4, 5, and 6, and Psalm 26. Second Book of Samuel, chapter 4, Death of Ishbal. When Ishbal, son of Saul, heard that Abner was dead in Hebron, he lost his resolve, and all Israel was alarmed. Ishbal, son of Saul, had two company leaders named Bana and Rechab, sons of Rimmon the Beerothite of the tribe of Benjamin. Beeroth too was ascribed to Benjamin. The Beerothites fled to Gittaim where they have been resident aliens to this day. Jonathan, son of Saul, had a son with crippled feet. He was 5 years old when the news about Saul and Jonathan came from Jezreel. His nurse took him and fled, but in their hasty flight he fell and became lame. His name was Merib-Baal. The sons of Rimmon the Beerothite, Rechab and Bana, came into the house of Ishbal during the heat of the day while he was lying on his bed in the afternoon. The gatekeeper of the house had dozed off while sifting wheat and was asleep. So Rechab and his brother Bana slipped past her and entered the house where Ishbal was lying asleep in his bedroom. They struck and killed him and cut off his head. Then taking the head they travelled on the Arabah road all night long. The murder avenged, they brought the head of Ishbal to David in Hebron and said to the king, "This is the head of Ishbal, son of your enemy Saul, who sought your life. Thus has the Lord this day avenged my lord the king on Saul and his posterity." But David replied to Rechab and his brother Bana, sons of Rimmon the Beerothite, "As the Lord lives who rescued me from every distress, the man who reported to me Saul is dead and thought he was bringing good news, that man I seized and killed in Ziklag. That was the reward I gave him. How much more now, when wicked men have slain an innocent man in bed at home, must I require his blood from you and purge you from the land?" So at David's command, the young men killed them and cut off their hands and feet, hanging them up near the pool in Hebron. But he took the head of Ishbal and buried it in Abner's grave in Hebron. First Book of Chronicles, chapter 4. The sons of Judah were Perez, Hezron, Carmi, Hur, and Shobal. Raiah, the son of Shobal, became the father of Jahath, and Jahath became the father of Ahumai and Lahad. These were the clans of the Zorathites. These were the sons of Hareph, the father of Etham, Jezreel, Ishma, and Idbash. Their sister was named Hazelelponi. Penuel was the father of Gedor, and Ezer the father of Husha. These were the sons of Hur, the firstborn of Ephrathah, the father of Bethlehem. Ashur, the father of Tekoa, had two wives, Helah and Nara. Nara bore him Ahuzam, Hefer, the Temanites, and the Ashatarites. These were the sons of Nara. The sons of Helah were Zereth, Izhar, Ithnan, and Koz. Koz became the father of Anub and Zobeba, as well as of the clans of Aharhel, son of Harum. Jabez was the most distinguished of his brothers. His mother had named him Jabez, saying, "I bore him with pain." Jabez prayed to the God of Israel, "Oh, that you might truly bless me and extend my boundaries. May your hand be with me and make me free of misfortune without pain." And God granted his prayer. Shelub, the brother of Shuha, became the father of Mehir, who was the father of Eshton. Eshton became the father of Beth Rapha, Paseah, and Tehina, the father of the city of Nahash. These were the men of Rekha. The sons of Kenaz were Othniel and Seraiah. The sons of Othniel were Hathat and Menothai. Menothai became the father of Ophrah. Seraiah became the father of Joab, the father of Jeharashim, so called because they were artisans. The sons of Caleb, son of Jephunneh, were Ir, Elah, and Nam. The sons of Elah, Kenaz. The sons of Jehalaleel were Ziph, Tifha, Tiriah, and Asarel. The sons of Ezra were Jether, Mereth, Ephah, and Jalon. Jether became the father of Miriam, Shammah, and Ishbah, the father of Eshtemoa. Mered's Egyptian wife bore Jared, the father of Gedor, Heber, the father of Soko, and Jekuthiel, the father of Zanoah. These were the sons of Bithia, the daughter of Pharaoh, whom Mered married. The sons of his Jewish wife, the sister of Naham, the father of Keilah, were Shimon the Garmite and Ishi the Makathite. The sons of Shimon were Amnon, Rena, Ben-Hanan, and Tilon. The sons of Ishi were Zoheth and the son of Zoheth. The son of Shelah, son of Judah, were Er, the father of Leka, Lada, the father of Maresha. The clans of the linen weavers guild in Bethashbea. Joachim, the people of Kozeba, and Joash and Saraph, who held property in Moab but returned to Bethlehem. These are events of old. They were potters and inhabitants of Nethaim and Gedera, where they lived in the king's service. Simeon, the sons of Simeon were Nemuel, Jamin, Jachin, Zerah, and Shaul, whose son was Shalom, whose son was Mipsam, whose son was Mishma. The sons of Mishma were his son Hamuel, whose son was Zakur, whose son was Shimei. Shimei had 16 sons and 6 daughters. His brothers, however, did not have many sons, and as a result, all their clans did not equal the number of Judahites. They dwelt in Beersheba, Molada, Hazar, Shual, Bilhah, Ezem, Tolad, Bethuel, Hormah, Ziklag, Beth Markaboth, Hazar Susim, Beth Biri, and Sharaim. Until the reign of David, these were their cities. And their villages Etam also, and Ain, Rimmon, Token, and Ashan, 5 cities, together with all the outlying villages as far as Baal. Here is where they dwelt, and so it was inscribed of them in their family records. Meshobab, Jamlech, Joshua, son of Amaziah, Joel, Jehu, son of Joshibiah, son of Seraiah, son of Asiel, Elionai, Jacobah, Hohaiah, Asaiah, Adiel, Jesimiel, Benaiah, Ziza, son of Siphi, son of Elon, son of Jediah, son of Shimri, son of Shemaiah. These just named were princes in their clans and their ancestral houses, spread out to such an extent that they went to the approaches of Gedor east of the valley, seeking pasture for their flocks. They found abundant and good pastures, and the land was spacious, quiet, and peaceful, for the Hamites dwelt there formerly. They who have just been listed by name set out during the reign of Hezekiah, king of Judah, and attacked their tents and also the Meunites who were there. They put them under the ban that is still in force to this day, and dwelt in their place because they found pasture there for their flocks. 500 of them, the Simeonites, went to Mount Seir with Pelatiah, Neariah, Rephaiah, and Uzziel, sons of Ishi, at their head. They attacked the surviving Amalekites who had escaped and have lived there to the present day. Chapter 5. The sons of Reuben, the firstborn of Israel, he was indeed the firstborn, but because he defiled the couch of his father, his birthright was given to the sons of Joseph, son of Israel, so that he is not listed in the family records according to his birthright. Judah, in fact, became powerful among his brothers, so that the ruler came forth from him through though the birthright had been Joseph's. The sons of Reuben, the firstborn of Israel, were Hanok, Palu, Hezron, and Carmi. His son was Joel, whose son was Shemaiah, whose son was Gog, and whose son was Shimei, whose son was Micah, whose son was Reaiah, whose son was Baal, whose son was Bera, whom Tilgath-Pileser, the king of Assyria, took into exile. He was a prince of the Reubenites. His brothers who belonged to his clans, when they were listed in the family records according to their descendants, were Jeiel the chief, and Zechariah, and Baelah son of Azaz, son of Shema, son of Joel. The Reubenites lived in Arior and as far as Nebo and Balmeon. Toward the east they dwelt as far as the wilderness which extends from the Euphrates river, for they had much livestock in the land of Gilead. In Saul's time they waged war with the Hagrites, and when they had defeated them, they dwelt in their tents throughout the region east of Gilead. Gad. The Gadites lived alongside them in the land of Bashan as far as Salekah. Joel was chief, Shapham was second in command, and Janai was judge in Bashan. Their brothers, according to their ancestral houses, were Michael, Meshulam, Sheba, Jorai, Jachan, Zia, and Eber 7. These were the sons of Abihail, son of Huri, son of Jarawah, son of Gilead, son of Michael, son of Jeshish, Shai, son of Jado, son of Buz. Ahi, son of Abdiel, son of Guni, was the head of the ancestral houses. They dwelt in Gilead, in Bashan and its towns, and in all the pasture lands of Syrian to the borders. All were listed in the family records in the time of Jotham, king of Judah, and of Jeroboam, king of Israel. The Reubenites, Gadites, and the half-tribe of Manasseh were warriors, men who bore shield and sword, and who drew the bow trained in warfare, 44,760 men fit for military service. When they waged war against the Hagrites and against Jethur, Naphish, and Nodab, they received help so that the Hagrites and all who were with them were delivered into their power, for during the battle they cried out to God, and He heard them because they had put their trust in Him. Along with 100,000 persons, they also captured their livestock, 50,000 camels, 250,000 sheep, and 2,000 donkeys. Many were slain and fell, for from God the victory. They dwelt in their place until the time of the exile. The half-tribe of Manasseh. The half-tribe of Manasseh lived in the land of Bashan as far as Baal-Hermon, Senir, and Mount Hermon. They were numerous. The following were the heads of their ancestral houses: Epher, Ishi, Eliel, Azriel, Jeremiah, Hodaviah, Jadiel, and men who were warriors, famous men and heads over the ancestral houses. However, they acted treacherously toward the God of their ancestors by prostituting themselves to follow the gods of the people of the land whom God had destroyed before them. Therefore the God of Israel stirred up against them the anger of Pul, king of Assyria, and the anger of Tilgath-Pilneser, king of Assyria, who deported the Reubenites, the Gadites, and the half-tribe of Manasseh, and brought them to Hala, Habor, and Hara, and to the river Gozan, where they have remained to this day. Levi. The sons of Levi were Gershon, Kohath, and Merari. The sons of Kohath were Amram, Izhar, Hebron, and Uzziel. The children of Amram were Aaron, Moses, and Miriam. The sons of Aaron were Nadab, Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar. Eleazar became the father of Phinehas. Phinehas became the father of Abishua. Abishua became the father of Buki. Buki became the father of Uzi. Uzi became the father of Jerahiah. Jerahiah became the father of Merioth. Merioth became the father of Amariah. Amariah became the father of Ahitub. Ahitub became the father of Zadok. Zadok became the father of Ahimaaz. Ahimaaz became the father of Azariah. Azariah became the father of Johanan. Johanan became the father of Azariah, who served as priest in the temple Solomon built in Jerusalem. Azariah became the father of Amariah. Amariah became the father of Ahitub. Ahitub became the father of Zadok. Zadok became the father of Shallum. Shallum became the father of Hilkiah. Hilkiah became the father of Azariah. Azariah became the father of Seraiah. Seraiah became the father of Jehozadak. Jehozadak was one of those who went into the exile which the Lord inflicted on Judah and Jerusalem through Nebuchadnezzar. Chapter 6. The sons of Levi were Gershon, Kohath, and Merari. The sons of Gershon were named Libni and Shimei. The sons of Kohath were Amram, Izhar, Hebron, and Uzziel. The sons of Merari were Mahli and Mushi. These were the clans of Levi, according to the ancestors of Gershon, his son Libni, whose son was Jahath, whose son was Zimah, whose son was Joah, whose son was Edo, whose son was Jerah, whose son was Jetherai. The sons of Kohath, his son Aminadab, whose son was Korah, whose son was Asir, whose son was Elkanah, whose son was Ebiasaph, whose son was Asir, whose son was Tahath, whose son was Uriel, whose son was Uzziah, whose son was Shaul. The sons of Elkanah were Amasai and Ahimoth, whose son was Elkanah, whose son was Zophai, whose son was Nahath, whose son was Eliab, whose son was Jeroham, whose son was Elkanah, whose son was Samuel. The sons of Samuel were Joel the firstborn and Abijah the second. The sons of Merari, Mali, whose son was Libni, whose son was Shimei, whose son was Uzzah, whose son was Shimeah, whose son was Haggiah, whose son was Asaiah. The following were established by David for the service of song in the Lord's house at the time when the ark had a resting place. They served as singers before the tabernacle of the tent of meeting until Solomon built the house of the Lord in Jerusalem, and they performed their services according to the order prescribed for them. Those who so performed are the following together with their sons. Among the Kohathites, Heman the chanter, son of Joel, son of Samuel, son of Elkanah, son of Jeroham, son of Eliel, son of Toah, son of Zuph, son of Elkanah, son of Mahath, son of Amasi, son of Elkanah, son of Joel, son of Azariah, son of Zephaniah, son of Tahath, son of Asir, son of Ebiasaph, son of Korah, son of Izhar, son of Kohath, son of Levi, son of Israel. His brother Asaph stood at his right hand. Asaph was the son of Berechiah, son of Shimeah, son of Michael, son of Baaseiah, son of Malchijah, son of Ithni, son of Zerah, son of Adiah, son of Ethan, son of Zima, son of Shimei, son of Jahath, son of Gershon, son of Levi. Their brothers were Merarites, stood at the left, Ethan, son of Kishi, son of Abdi, son of Maluk, son of Hashabiah, son of Amaziah, son of Hilkiah, son of Amzi, son of Bani, son of Shemer, son of Mahali, son of Mushi, son of Merari, son of Levi. Their brother Levites were appointed to all the other services of the tabernacle of the house of God. However, it was Aaron and his sons who made the sacrifice on the altar for burnt offerings and on the altar of incense. They alone had charge of the Holy of Holies and of making atonement for Israel as Moses, the servant of God, had commanded. These were the sons of Aaron, his son Eleazar, whose son was Phinehas, whose son was Abishua, whose son was Buki, whose son was Uzi, whose son was Zerahiah, whose son was Meraioth, whose son was Amariah, whose son was Ahitub, whose son was Zadok, whose son was Ahimaaz. The following were their dwelling places by encampments in their territories to the sons of Aaron, who belonged to the clan of the Kohathites, since the lot fell to them. Was assigned Hebron in the land of Judah with its adjacent pasture lands. However, the open country and the villages belonging to the city had been given to Caleb the son of Jephunneh. They were assigned to the sons of Aaron Hebron, a city of refuge, Libnah with its pasture lands, Jatir with its pasture lands, Eshtemoa with its pasture lands, Holon with its pasture lands, Debir with its pasture lands, Ashan with its pasture lands, Jetha with its pasture lands, and Bet Shemesh with its pasture lands. Also from the tribe of Benjamin, Gibeon with its pasture lands, Geba with its pasture lands, Almon with its pasture lands, Anathoth with its pasture lands. In all, they had 13 cities with their pasture lands. The Israelites assigned these cities with their pasture lands to the Levites, designating them by name and assigning them by lot from the tribes of the Judahites, Simeonites, and Benjaminites. The other Kohathites obtained 10 cities by lot for their clans from the tribe of Ephraim, from the tribe of Dan, and from the tribe of Manasseh. The clans of the Gershonites obtained 13 cities from the tribes of Issachar, Asher, and Naphtali, and from the half tribe of Manasseh in Bashan. The clans of the Merarites obtained 12 cities by lot from the tribes of Reuben, Gad, and Zebulun. The clans of the Kohathites obtained cities by lot from the tribe of Ephraim. They were assigned cities of refuge: Shechem in the mountain region of Ephraim with its pasture lands, Gezer with its pasture lands, Kibzaim with its pasture lands, and Beth Horon with its pasture lands. From the tribe of Dan, Eltekeh with its pasture lands, Gibbethon with its pasture lands, Aijalon with its pasture lands, and Gath Rimmon with its pasture lands. From the half-tribe of Manasseh, Tanakh with its pasture lands and Ibleam with its pasture lands. These belong to the rest of the Kohathite clan. The clans of the Gershonites received from the half-tribe of Manasseh, Golan in Bashan with its pasture lands, and Ashtaroth with its pasture lands. From the tribe of Issachar, Kedesh with its pasture lands, Daberath with its pasture lands, Ramoth with its pasture lands, and En-Ganem with its pasture lands. From the tribe of Asher, Mashal with its pasture lands, Abdon with its pasture lands, Hilkath with its pasture lands, and Rehob with its pasture lands. From the tribe of Naphtali, Kedesh in Galilee with its pasture lands, Hammon with its pasture lands, and Kiriathaim with its pasture lands. The rest of the Merarites received from the tribe of Zebulun, Jokneam with its pasture lands, Karta with its pasture lands, Rimmon with its pasture lands, and Tabor with its pasture lands. Across the Jordan at Jericho, that is east of the Jordan, they received from the tribe of Reuben, Bezer in the desert with its pasture lands, Jaza with its pasture lands, Kedemoth with its pasture lands, and Mephaath with its pasture lands. From the tribe of Gad, Ramoth in Gilead with its pasture lands, Mahanaim with its pasture lands, Heshbon with its pasture lands, and Jazer with its pasture lands. Psalm 26 of David. Judge me, Lord, for I have walked in my integrity. In the Lord I trust, I do not falter. Examine me, Lord, and test me. Search my heart and mind. Your mercy is before my eyes. I walk guided by your faithfulness. I do not sit with worthless men, nor with hypocrites do I mingle. I hate an evil assembly. With the wicked I do not sit. I will wash my hands in innocence, so that I may process around your altar, Lord, to hear the sound of thanksgiving and recount all your wondrous deeds. Lord, I love the refuge of your house, the sight of the dwelling place of your glory. Do not take me away with sinners, nor my life with the men of blood, in whose hands there is a plot, their right hands full of bribery. But I walk in my integrity. Redeem me, be gracious to me. My foot stands on level ground. In assemblies I will bless the Lord. Glory be to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit, as it was in the beginning, is now, and ever shall be, world without end. Amen.